What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore, and indeed we're back with another tune from my friend Roberto Stramaccioni, aka Formek. And we're going to listen to a tune he did on the Fucking Hardcore Limited series. This is Fucking Hardcore Limited 6. This came out in 2017. The track is written, produced, mixed, and mastered by Formek. And this tune is called To Preserve the Past. The other tune on this record is excellent as well. It samples the old movie Network. Many of you will know it. Open your window and go to it and shout out you're mad as hell. And I'm not going to take this anymore, but we're going to listen to a tune on the other side, which as a historian, I love the name, To Preserve the Past. And obviously that sort of fits in with this idea of like making tunes in the modern era that are in the style of and paying homage to the old school classics of the 90s. So, it's a name that operates on multiple levels. I really do enjoy it, especially, as I said, as a historian. So here we go. This is 2017 Fucking Hardcore Limited 6, Formek, To Preserve the Past. Sorry. I was a little unsure for a second there whether it was on the right tempo, but... very dramatic, mysterious introduction. And again, it's like every fourth kick, but that little clap that was there is enough that you can do a beat mix in. Did I mention that Formek has amazing kick drums and bass lines? I love the synth melody, but while I'm thinking about it, the kick drum is like rolling around, like pulling back, like tumbling forward again. It's doing all sorts of crazy shit. There's so many little sounds in these tracks. Deep, gritty synth. I like the atmosphere of that breakdown, and like it's not like a full build, but the sense of anticipation grows as it moves toward that drop. And then this is just fucking hard and lovely. Oh. Hear that acid? I know you hear it. It's like the acid and the melody are almost like doubling each other. Again, it's like a quick breakdown. There was sort of a build-up, but like this tune keeps you guessing. It's not like simple and predictable. Oh, the acid. It's like the perfect accompaniment. Oh. Yo, that little computer bleep sound. Ace.
Do you know what the realm is?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
It's the 1,000 blades of Hagen's enemies. The story of your greatest damage over and over. To me again that it's a lie.
Deep, gritty, like menacing synth layer.
It's a sudden appeal.
The acid in this tune, it's not like the star. It's not absolutely burning your brain out. Hold on. I'll get back to the acid in a minute. Do you hear this hard fucking outro? Oh my god. And again, there's the acid. I was gonna say, it's not the superstar of the tune, but it's like a really nice, subtle element. That ride out, the outro in this tune, my god, the power. Well, it's another one from Formek where I'm just, even though going into it, I'm aware the way he does kick drums and bass lines, it's so forceful and like thunderous, and yet I still find myself surprised when I listen to his tunes and these reactions. I'm like, oh my god, it's just really harder than I even remembered. And that was particularly the case in that outro, which admittedly, it's quick. Again, I talk about it in a lot of hardcore tracks. You got to know what you're working with. You got to know how much time you have to mix out of. You got to know, sort of as you're getting there, where you're going to begin mixing out. Whereas again, with trance and even some techno, tracks tend to be a little bit longer. The outros tend to be longer, and the intros tend to be longer. So you just have more time to work with, more options. But yeah, again, if you know what you're working with, there's nothing too daunting about using a hardcore track that has a quick outro or a very quick intro. You just have to know, the terrain that you're treading. So, yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of that tune. I like the track on the other side a great deal as well. Again, any tune that sponsors samples network, I'm a fan of, just because, I think that movie's interesting, especially as a historical artifact. It came out like 20 years before cable news became what cable news became, so you can draw all sorts of like prescient lessons in that regard. Nevertheless, I do think this is my favorite tune on the vinyl, and like I said, as a historian, I love this idea of a tune called To Preserve the Past, and also, again, I feel like it's, a style that is an older sound and so on, so it fits in that regard. Not sure where the sample came from. That's not a source material that I'm familiar with. Feel free, Formek or anybody else, to comment on if you know what that's from. But I do think it worked. It was, very deep and like sort of haunting and like ominous voice, which fit with the synth work. It fit with that deep, gritty synth layer. It fit with the acid work. So yeah, it was just a complete package of a tune, which I keep mentioning it. Formek, his attention to detail in terms of naming tracks, in terms of like doing things in the track that articulate a theme of the tune, doing things in the track that are in fact a literal manifestation of the name of the tune, like with this Amsterdam XXX. It's amazing, like the thought that he puts into making tunes and the attention to detail, like I said. So shout out to Roberto. Big fan of him as an artist and also a person, and as a label boss. Like I said, shout out to Overdrive. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you're looking forward to any more hardcore reactions. As I said, on my old channel, they were getting a lot of interaction. On this new one, it's going to take me a while to get it back, but hopefully some of you people who were watching on the old channel will find your way here eventually. And if you do, welcome. Please check out the content that I've put up on this new channel since I started it. I started with some videos that had been my last videos on my old channel because they were still on my computer. But I've now done, 15 videos or so that weren't on my old channel. So I'm trying to get things going here. Hopefully you're here for it. I appreciate you watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you next time. Peace.